Hey everyone, it's Peter Kerr from Rock Daydream Nation. I don't think anything has garnered as much controversy as 1975 and Lou Reed and Metal Machine Music. Basically, it is an album of noise, feedback, no song structures. Basically, a lot of people were thinking, was he trying to break his contract with RCA? There's no songs, structured compositions, there's no melody. So when this came out in 1975, it created an absolute stir. Rumour has it sold 100,000 copies and RCA pulled it off the shelves. They were even thinking of putting it into their classical label. It was that controversial. But Lou Reed played it with a straight bat, denying that it was basically a way to get out of his contract. RCA were obligated to release it. So how does that bring that into me? I've got a copy of this album. There was a festival in Sydney, I think it might have been the Vivid Festival in 2010, and Lou Reed was coming out. Now, a lot of people thinking Lou Reed for a festival, he might do a greatest hits, play a few Velvet Underground songs, maybe cover Berlin, etc., etc. No, he had the Metal Machine Trio. So I went with a mate. We went to the Opera House, and I didn't know what to expect because I had not heard this album. There are all these warning signs outside the venue telling you that, to take care. Here are some earplugs. This is going to be a very loud show. Okay, that's a little bit unusual. I've been to a lot of rock gigs, but, I haven't been offered earplugs or had warning posters in regards to the gig being excessive. So sat down in a reasonable seat and it was a full house. They went through the whole Metal Machine music. Like it, love it. I think it was one of those experiences that you become used to the noise and the feedback. It sort of beats you into submission. It does. But did I truly enjoy it? I love melody. I love rhythm. I love a little bit of structure. I can handle a tonal stuff. But for the duration of this, which was 60 to 70 minutes, it was a bit of an ordeal. What was funny was in the Opera House, was a full house, and I think a lot of people expected that Lou was going to play the hits, and slowly but surely people were leaving, and it went from 100% capacity to, by the end of it, about 40%. And at the end of the show, there was some fans, because this album does have a feverish fan base. A lot of people think this album had influenced the noise genre, a lot of punk. But anyway, at the end, and there was this lady, and she was waving her Lou Reed albums. Went to the front of the stage while Lou was, just saying his, putting his hand up in the air and saying his goodbyes, and basically demanding that Lou sign the albums, and just Lou ignored her, and she got the albums and just the album covers and just threw it at Lou, and it fell on his feet, and he looked down and just walked, completely ignored it, and then she sheepishly grabbed the albums and departed from the building. So that was my experience with that. Had one more experience with the Lou Reed and the Metal Machine Trio when I was in New York with my wife, Radio City Music Hall, and we saw Peter Gabriel. We were offered some tickets. There's spruikers around the Radio City Music Hall offering tickets, and it was like $20 to see Peter Gabriel. And you're always worried, is this dodgy? Is it counterfeit? Is it a real ticket? Let's take a punt. We bought a ticket each, and sure enough, we got reasonable seats in the back tier, and we watched Peter Gabriel. And he was doing that a show which was with the orchestra, so it was his solo hits with the Royal Philharmonic Philharmonic Orchestra. Great show, beautiful, feast for the eyes and ears. Half time, while my wife was going to the bar to get some beers, who pops on as a special guest? Lou Reed and the Metal Machine Trio, and they play a piece of Metal Machine music. He got booed. So you had all the Genesis fans and all the Peter Gabriel fans booing. And, it was really, really hostile, something I'd never experienced before. A New York crowd booing Lou Reed. Anyway, my wife came back. Lou had gone off because the queues were quite long to get a beer. And I said, you'll never guess who just played. Lou Reed. You missed it. So I've seen Lou Reed twice on Metal Machine Music, and it's had a kind of a similar result. So is this album genius? Is it ahead of its time? I think it's a bit pretentious. I think it, sort of going down a path that, I like my music, I like melody, not my bag. And maybe it's certainly memorable for maybe the wrong reasons. Metal Machine Music, play it, you wake up the dogs and the cats in the area. Certainly made his mark. Personally, Transformer, Berlin, New York, they're the three. And Velvet Underground. That's my Lou Reed. Please like and subscribe to Rock Daydream Nation. Talk to you soon. Cheers.